types of things are going to involve notifications, especially to the citizens of a city, where you'll be informed of an impending event, basically, to give you time. And then even though there's not fast travel, there is faster travel. So, mount ridden, there will be connection points between certain nodes via the use of like flying automated creatures that you can use, stuff like that. It's just the real reason between, not having that fast travel is one of the biggest concerns of an MMO is the ability of one large group to kind of Zerg content. And the most facilitating method by which those Zergs can do that is the ability to appear anywhere at any time because they're highly organized usually. So we want them we want to require that they have either forewarned intelligence of an event that's a strategic necessity, or that they're in the right place at the right time.
Be great to learn pending response times.
That means we won't know what the actual event is.
It's possible. Some events will not tell you exactly what they are. Some will.
Will there be a way to spectate really large battles, like battles for a castle or something else?
Yeah, that's definitely something that I enjoyed in Lineage 2 that they implemented, which was the ability to kind of observe through the crystal system different vantage points during sieges if you don't necessarily want to participate, but you can watch the events unfold. It is something that I think would be interesting to implement and not very difficult, so we are looking into that.
Just be worried about people leaking information.
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely a concern in that regard, but at the same time, it's like, that's a good point. that is a good point. That is a good point. That was one.
They have all of their ballistas on this wall.
Well, I guess most people have advantages in that kind of scenario.
They do, but I mean that was one of the issues I did have about that system in Lineage 2 was like, certain people would just have alt accounts logged in and tuned into that thing, and like they would then utilize that information, which I guess is, a means of information gathering, but it's kind of maybe too easy of one. So like I said, we're just looking into that. I haven't decided on that yet.
Talking about Lineage 2, will there be an auto kick feature if someone's AFK for too long?
It depends, I think, on most of those auto kick features are really revolve around server capacity and having a number of concurrent users in.
Pretty easy to circumvent, really, as well, because you can just literally macro something and avoid it anyway.
Dude, I used to have this little back in the day. I used to have this little what are those stupid bird like filled with liquid that would come down and hit the key every now and then.
Yep.
I'm not kidding you. Sometimes I would take a little toothpick and I would like hold down the W key so that I would constantly be running or something.
Wow. Real gamer right there.
Dedication.
Man.
How else are you gonna max level your mounts, bro?
I know, and in Arcade, that was like the thing to do in Alpha. It was like everybody was in the housing.
Go to Mirage.
Yeah, unblock and D, exactly.
Unblock and D, and then all those people all like AFK attacking the dummies.
I remember I used to pay gold to people so that I could sit down in the courthouse.
Really? My God.
I was like, hey, let me get that seat. Here's 100 gold.
Did you pay extra for a front row seat?
Oh, yeah, exactly. If it came with a cushion, it was better.
Did you ever play, what's it called? Darkfall. They had this thing called the Blood Wall, and you'd see like hundreds of players just lying up against this wall. There'd be like thousands of players hitting them, and you're just like, what the hell is going on here? But basically what they were doing is they're leveling up their defense skill by being hit, and the people attacking their attack skill.
Oh no, that's solid game design.
You would walk past the city and you just hear these screams of people being whipped and lashed all day.
That is funny.
You remember Bushi from Alpha? Do you think there would be situations like that?
Bushi? Oh, Bushi. Weren't they the pirate people in Alpha?
They were the pirates that never went pirate.
And didn't they ally with like, gosh, what was the name of their guild? That they were the Haranian Guild, I think it was.
Something red.
I don't remember what it was. No. Anyways, yeah, I remember them.
Yeah, but
I remember they contracted our guild to run defense against Forest Crow on the Center Island to run trade packs.
do you think there will be situations where large groups will just cannibalize their own faction members and then do community service to get rid of their corruption?
Well, we don't have factions, so
Nodes.
their own nodes. It's a good question because a node citizenship is account bound. That is something that would require a considerable effort in a subscription-based game to have multiple accounts in that regard. I don't think that they could do it as effectively as they were able to in a game like ArcAge. No.
Okay.
I have a question regarding the names and whatnot. Is there going to be a character limit and like a reporting feature?
Yeah, there'll be a reported feature and there will be a character limit.
Well, what would the reportingness, I guess, affect? Like, is that only for like profanity-based names or like religious-based names? Because I wouldn't want, let's say, a name I think is completely normal but might be offensive to someone. I wouldn't want my name to be reported enough where I'd have to force change it if that was a name I selected for my name reservation from being a Kickstarter backer.
Yeah, I mean, this game is going to be likely. I mean, it's likely going to be rated M for mature from the ESRB, but it may be. It may be T. I mean, we'll try to get T for teen, but it might be probably going to be M. But regardless of that, I am a firm believer that censorship and heavy moderation is not something that should be enforced by a company so much. Give block features, give functionality to where the user can kind of self-moderate themselves to the degree they want, and allow them to utilize those features. Generally that's my feeling. With regards to the character, the name and reporting a name, I don't think, the reporting the name, obviously, if something is out of this world offensive, that's obviously going to get removed.
Well, like for example, when I played Guild Wars 2, my one friend's name was Server Police. And for example, people reported him because they thought they didn't like his name or thought he might have been a quote unquote administrator, so he got forced to change it. But
yeah, that's stupid.
You have to get titles and stuff because I had.
So there was just to give you an example, in ArcAge there was a siege just before the siege was about to occur, and the opponents of my guild all mass reported my account for no reason. And the game auto banned me because of the mass report.
Wow.
So
no reason.
I had to email Scott Hartzman. I was like, hey dude, there's a siege in like 2 hours and we're one of the largest guilds on the server, obviously. I got banned for no reason. I think it was automated. And they had to manually unban my account, and the game kept auto banning me every time I would log back in, and they had to suspend the auto ban feature for the siege.
Just for you.
Yeah, that was crazy. But no, I understand what you're saying. Like that's dumb functionality. I think that's just laziness when it comes to these automated behavioral algorithms and kind of tracking those kinds of stuff. I think the report feature really should be used to draw the attention of either a behavioral metric that then relays it to a GM or to a GM directly. Part of what makes MMO experiences bad in the past for me is that there was not enough dedication or commitment given by the company from a customer service / community standpoint, and they would rely too heavily on automated services or individuals who are not properly sufficient to handle the large customer service needs of a game. But I intend to have active GMs and a lot of them who will be present to make common sense kind of decisions and not dumb ones like what you just described.
Thank you for giving such an in-depth explanation, but I also have one more question regarding reporting.
Sure.
Now, okay, we're all MMORPG players right here. We know bots ruin these games.
Yep.
So when we report someone we think is a bot, are you going to have a system that will notify us saying that blank player got banned for botting so we know our reports are actually being effective? Yeah.
I like that.
Great.
I play a game called Han, Heroes of New Earth. It's like a MOBA.
Oh my
but,
god, dude.
Hey, I like Han. It's a good game. Leave it alone.
I did
Leave
too.
it alone.
No meat.
Uh,
Jesus.
Oh my gosh. So, anyways, they have a functionality there where you can report a player, right? And they do send you a message letting you know whether the report was successful or unsuccessful. And I think that's a cool feature. I like that because one, it incentivizes people to report wrongdoing. Instead of just passing by. In fact, they tried, I think, to give a little bit of a reward. Like if your report was successful, you'd get an in-game reward.
I think it was like gold coins.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool.
I did always like Arc Ages before they got rid of it, to where you could report someone if enough people reported them, you could kill them. Yeah. They had to talk to a guard, or they would.
They had to go talk to the magistrate, the judge. Yeah.
Will ship construction be a set design, or can we decide the position of the cabins and cannons on the ship?
I believe those will be joints that are present, and players can choose which joints get populated with either utility or weaponry slots.
So is there going to be like an outlaw status that you can achieve if you like rob enough caravans? And then you can like have a bounty that other players can kill you for and then claim?
There's definitely the cat and mouse kind of relationship between corrupted state individuals and bounty hunter class or bounty hunter quest participants that shows like to bounty hunters where they are, and the corruption players can fight back and not gain additional corruption, and there's like rewards and quest lines associated with that. With regards to caravans, caravans do have a tiered progress in the quest system for defending and or raiding caravans, and whether that moves later on, it's not planned for the initial launch because we do have to have some semblance of a scope, despite what it appears.
Yeah.
But later down the road, you could see some of those systems begin to progress into these kind of pseudo factions of participants. Are you more of a raider or more of a defender, or down the middle, and then having specific relationships between those different people.
Alrighty, thank you. I love you.
All right, guys. I have to finish a document before I leave for Germany on Sunday.
Have fun in Germany.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. And,
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Pages are broken.
Have a good night.
I always
Combat exceeded my expectations.
Take care, guys.
I always wanted to play
See ya.
a
Bye, Stephen.
All right, bye everyone.